My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Slay the Spire, the high ascension grind with the defect. Whoa, that's low ascension. Excuse me. That was gonna have a meows bonus on it as well, and now it won't. Damn. Alright. I wanted to play the defect a little bit off camera, personally. Just in low ascension. Just for some fun. Alright, and then it's you continue, and then you do that 2 more times. Cool. Well, not 2 more times. 1 more time is fine, right? Yep. Rare card to obtain? Sure. Sure. Let's go for it. Creative Strike, Core AI, or Thunder Surge. Don't know what I want to go for here. Thunder Strike, Creative AI, or Core Surge, obviously. Creative AI is its own win condition. Core Surge enables you to then pick up Biased Cognition and have like a really good deck. Thunder Strike is a finisher. I think Thunder Strike is the one I want the least out of these. Is either Core Surge or Creative AI, and then I just go defensive. So Core Surge is more aggressive, Creative AI is more defensive. Yeah, I think that's the case. Taking Creative AI. I may come to regret that, but here's hoping I don't. Strikes. We're not gonna be able to create. We're not gonna be able to play rather Creative AI for a while. Didn't have lethal with the extra strike there, but wonder how that would have been different had I played the. Take a leap here. I wonder how different that would have been had I played the first turn's dual cast, where I decided not to personally. 50-50. Ugh. Could have been awesome. Wow. That 50-50 last round turned out to be a real annoyance. Recycle charge battery. Recycle is actually really good for the ability to remove Creative AI in fights that I'm not going to be using it, as well as to remove negative things that it gives me. Like another Creative AI 3 times in a row or something similar to that. If I go this way, I can actually have an upgrade before the elite as then rest immediately thereafter. Storm. Obviously, we take Storm because we intend to play a bunch of powers. So Storm is a great way to get damage out of that. I kind of want to take Steam Barrier also, just for the ability to eke out some defense on the turns where we play Creative AI or other expensive powers. Stack is probably not going to get useful because I do want Creative AI, which means that because Creative AI can't be made innate, you know, obviously outside of because it can't be made innate outside of the bottled relic, the size of the deck basically dictates how often you can expect to draw it early enough to use it as your win condition. Taking the Steam Barrier there. There is a line that has 4 midline upgrades. There are a lot of cards that we want to upgrade in this deck. Does this fight go better if I play or don't play Creative AI? I mean, I'm not defending this turn either way, so I think I'll take the one with the higher upside. Yeah, specifically for turns like this, where it can buffer me against 17 damage. Okay, so it turns out that was definitely the correct way to play that. Nice. I like having that degree of confidence. Got him. Thunderstrike would eventually be a finisher with this deck, but the thing is, also just having a bunch of powers out as a finisher. I could take Cold Snap as just a defensive attack. I need creative AI and dual cast both upgraded, but I also need creative zap upgraded. Zap, dual cast, creative AI, and recycle all need to be upgraded. Cool. Lagavulin is exactly the fight I was looking for. We'll burn a strike there because we're going to be using the powers to deal our attacks. Cool. Glad I got creative AI that turn because it was the only turn I was going to be able to play it. Any turn past that, I was just not going to be able to. Hello World, Cold Snap, defend. Although we'll Cold Snap first so that we can get the Frost Orb closer to the front of the party. Just in case that happens to matter. So if we recurse here, we get 5. Recurse, defend, Steam Barrier. We'll recycle the strike there. Our damage is dealt by the lightning orbs primarily right now. We need to be reliant on those. We definitely play Steam Barrier. We definitely play Defrag. We probably play Cold Snap. So it's just after this what we do. Barrage is 10 damage this turn. No, we're way better off defending. Ooh. Stack. Nice generation. Actually, electrodynamics kills anyway. But stack would have kept us safe. Hello. When adding cards to your deck, you may raise your max HP by 2 instead because that is the singing bowl. We're going to gain the max HP there for safety, and then rest here for safety, and then probably rest in the next position for safety. I had so many upgrades I wanted to get. Ooh, Art of War. If you don't play any attacks during your turn, gain an extra additional energy next turn. That's actually pretty good for us. We'll cop the 1 here. Yeah, turns like this very clearly show why Art of War is a great idea. Lame. Like, I literally can't defend this turn at all. I hate that. My final cards include a leap. Getting a lot of turns where I don't have the ability to defend at all, despite the fact that I definitely need to. Just take defrag, no reason not to though. I don't think we play Recycle this turn. I think it's Steam Barrier, Defense, Strike. I split my damage there so that I would have these 2 targets on 8 so that a dual cast Lightning Orb would be enough to kill them. And then it exactly backfired perfectly. Storm, defrag, zap. Fear potion plus no. I can't take those defensive options right now, unfortunately. I have to rest here as well. I'm terrified. That's 3 rests on the first floor. I'm really glad I rested, by the way, but that doesn't make me happy. Don't give me creative eye next turn. Cop a bunch of damage. Probably have to rest before the boss again. And now we've finally got creative AI, and I definitely can't play it this turn, obviously. Otherwise, I'm dead? Alright. If we take no damage for the rest of this combat, this actually turned out pretty well. Okay, we took 1 damage, so as far as I'm concerned, it's all trash and garbage and horrible and hell. Or nothing. Took 1 more damage! Damn. How is it even worth it anymore? Yes. Got him. Pen Nib. Every 10th attack you play deals double damage, as well as the energy potion. Fission. Fission's probably a really good way to get a lot of these powers in play really quickly. And we'll take the energy potion over the Snecko oil. All right, that energy potion might actually get us this boss fight. I gotta be honest. I think if I rest, I can win this boss fight. But I also think that I desperately, next lore, need Storm at the very least to have been upgraded. I think if I rest here, I win this fight and then die next lore. So I'm gonna upgrade Storm. Well, I mean, I could scarcely have a better opening turn, right? I even get extra energy next turn. Wow. Good gosh. Woo! Gave me buffer. All right. Leave the enemy up. I decide not to attack that turn to gain extra energy in the next turn. Yeah, it seems a good idea, considering that got us an Echo form out. We probably now just win this combat. Recycle those two. I want the cards in my deck to be defense, primarily. Like, I don't need offense. That's handled by the lightning. Okay. Double play Elite. Single zap. I'm going to get the second creative AI out there. I think because I have the recycle in my deck and the ability to redeem bad rolls, it's probably not that bad. This typically becomes the damage engine for decks that use lightning. Or sorry, 4 decks that use creative AI, and that's that you end up with enough storms in play. Like, I have 3 storms in play. This is going to be an absolute destructive force. It gets pretty good. Obviously, Echo Form is really good, but I think I can get Echo Form from Creative AI. I think Echo Form, for me right now, for me in particular right now, is a win more card. In this specific circumstance, I think I might need to take buffer just to defend myself. I hate that I had to do that, but I think that was the correct decision. And here, unfortunately, I can't ignore enemy intents. They are just too changed for this higher mode, and I'm not a defensive enough deck. So I'm going to have to take Ectoplasm. I'm going to be avoiding stores primarily from now on out. You know, there's not that much I can do with them. Do we have to fight an elite? No. You can totally skimp out on elites this floor. Is it a good idea to do so? Let's think about it. What elites are on this floor? Gremlin leader? Could I take out the Gremlin leader? No. The Book of Stabbing? Could I take out the... No. No. Okay, cool. I need to avoid all elites this floor. This deck currently is incapable of dealing with them. It's an unfortunate opening turn for us. If I hadn't already played the Cold Snap there, I would have played the... Damn. See, this is what I hate. Things like this. Like, every time we've been attacked for a ridiculous amount, 2 times we generated a buffer on the exact right turn against a ridiculous amount, but also a bunch of other times we had an enemy attacking us in the only hand that we've ever had that had no defensive cards. Defensive, 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 defensive. Defensive, defensive, draw. And we managed to miss literally all of them. Cool. Alright. I actually probably shouldn't have played that attack. The extra energy next turn could have been useful. I did just put a bunch of days in my deck, but I guarantee that the next hit is, yes, invalid. Awesome. Thank you, Buffer, again, for turning up on the right turn. Nope. Dex Potion's way more powerful for us. I'm probably going to use the Liquid Bronze to gain the Thorns this turn. So that we can deal 15? No, 18 damage to anyone who decides to do the 1x5 on us. Alright, so I need to put the frontliner down on the ground if I can. Unfortunately, the fission's not upgraded yet, so it removes all of the orbs without actually doing anything. That said, I still need to get the draw. Wow! We literally just... there's only one more attack in the deck. Okay, never mind. That's fair. That's fair. I'm not mad about that at all. It's a totally reasonable thing to have happened. Wow. Managed to full block. Too late for creative eye. Hopefully this, yeah, the frontliner dies before they finish me, so then the buffer protects me against the backliner, and then we end the turn to kill them. Take the max HP there as well. Taking max HP in a lot of these positions is going to set us up, hopefully. I hate how bad our opening draws are. Yeah, great time for it. I think ultimately if I don't get those both out that turn, we just lose. Dex pod actually wouldn't have saved me any HP that turn, by the way. Didn't even get that extra damage on the frontliner. This is exactly what I was talking about. That we were just going to end up in positions that we couldn't do anything in. There were a lot of defensive cards that we did turn down there. Stack in particular. Look how badly we drew over the course of that. I don't know if we would have drawn stack in our last hand rather than in our first hand constantly. Needed more defense, needed more offense, needed more Frost Orbs, but the thing is, I couldn't really pay for Frost Orbs unless they were extremely efficient, like Chill, Glacier, Cold Snap. The Cold-Headed in particular was just not super workable for us, not unless it came pre-upgraded. Especially considering how many restrictions we had on our upgrades. So 3 elite path with a shop after the first elite. I'll take 350 gold there. Sorry, 250 gold. 350 in total, but 250. Okay, 349 in total, but come on. You gotta give it to me. That's close. Close enough. If it's not a cigar, it's a cigarillo. It's close enough. Ball lightning. You know what? High Ascension. We'll risk it. That event has a 20% chance to ruin your game, basically, by giving you Gremlin Visage, weakening you on the first turn. Specifically, weakening you on the first turn is one of the worst things that can happen in this game, because front-loading your damage is extremely important for the ability to remove enemy targets from the field so that you don't take damage to them ongoing. Savvy? That was 20%, and it sucked. I'm going to take Genetic Algorithm. Why? Because it's been a long time since I've taken Genetic Algorithm. I'd like to see if it does anything now. Obviously not yet, but this early, picking it up. Obviously, like a thin deck in particular isn't going to benefit from it ridiculously, but a thicker deck. Now that might. Reinforce is just totally reasonable here. Can't ball lightning here in order to generate a lightning, unfortunately, otherwise the Lagavulin wakes up. Okay. Draw the third strike, please. Still got to do it. Unfortunately, the way you win this fight is just by ending up with a lot of lightning. And just letting that deal your damage. We're not oh gosh. Yeah, we're not exactly getting that down. Thank you for giving me reinforced body and barely any offense on the turn that I desperately need it. Alright. 1 HP. The final HP point is the only HP point that matters. Regal Pillow. Heal additional 15 HP when you rest. Not bad. Unfortunately. So we're probably still dead, but Heatsink's cool-headed Sweeping Beam. I've been taking Sweeping Beam as a value pick recently. Self-repair, genetic algorithm, cold snap. What do we think about that? Membership product first? Membership card first, rather. And I'm also going to take Orichalcum at the end of your turn, gains its block, if you don't have any. I'm also going to take this regen potion. Just going to buy that entire shop. Okay, so the last one was... Problem is this next one could be a Gremlin Knob, and if it's a Gremlin Knob, we're dead with this deck. So I can't do that. Sucks. Okay, we're dead if I don't use the regen potion this turn, so... one of the reasons I got Orichalcum is because if we end up on a turn where we have a bunch of Frost Orbs, those Frost Orbs defend us, and those Frost Orbs defend us after the Orichalcum triggers, is what I'm saying. I could have defended for 5-7 by playing a reinforced barrier for 1 at the very end there, but I decided ultimately to gamble on the 50-50 the backline had died. Cold Snap, Sweeping Beam. Another Cold Snap, defensive. Kunai, every time we play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 dex. Not bad, especially considering we've put a lot of attacks in this deck. So I get 4 block from the 2 Cold Snaps, as well as 6 from Orichalcum, so I actually defend for 10, which is literally lethal on me. If I play the Genetic Algorithm and then do the 2 Cold Snaps, I can survive exactly this turn. 23 damage incoming. I'm going to use Gambler's Brew to shuffle these 2, because if I get the Reinforced Body, we're actually fine. I don't really get too many ways around that, unfortunately. So I double defend here. I take 4... No, I'm dead if I do that. I have to get this dual cast to hit the front line twice. Damn. Without that, we're just dead again. You know the most annoying thing about that? Each of those was about to be very good. Each of those was just about to be very good. Also, without the Gremlin Visage, that frontliner wouldn't have killed me. The frontliner was hit twice by Cold Snaps in the early turns, which means it would have had 4 less HP because the Cold Snaps being weakened on the first turn. I was very much hoping to end up in a lot of battles where I could just play the self-repair and try and heal myself as I go through the rest of it. I was hoping specifically to get to the next space so that I could rest with the Regal Pillow, possibly do that one more time before going for the Elite, and then upgrading in this position, then taking on the boss. It was going to be not that bad, primarily due to the fact that genetic algorithms and the self-repair and the Ascender's Bane would all burn themselves out of our deck. So oftentimes we would get 3 attacks in a single draw, have the ability to trigger the kunai, and effectively genetic algorithms are for the shorter fights, and the longer fights I'm using the kunai to help us kind of defend ourselves. We didn't have like a scaling element of damage, but you don't necessarily need to set that up on turn 1 as long as you have a reasonable amount of damage and a reasonable amount of defense. I feel like this probably would have been okay against the Hexaghost. It would have probably needed an upgrade on Zap before then, but again, we had another upgrade available. For the moment, yeah, no, I can't start another run after like 20 or 25 minutes. Because if I do at that point and then it becomes a successful run, suddenly that's a 1.5 hour episode and I can't record Enter the Gungeon or Darkest Dungeon for that day. So for the moment, my name has been Rhapsody, the name of the game has been Slated Spire. Hey, we had to lose on the Defect sometime. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves and hopefully we'll see you next time.